Analyze your intern. Know what they're good at. What do they do best? Are they good at web coordinating? Well, make sure that they know how to do it. Give them the tools that they need to get on the web and coordinate with you so that you know, they're doing outreach. Are they good face-to-face? Have you got somebody who's a very attractive person, who speaks well, looks well, is very, you know, productive? Maybe they're not so good on policy per se, but they're good at outreach. Set them up with a booth. We've got a document that we'll provide to you that shows them how to do tabling and outreach at events. Give them that. Make sure that you play them up and play up their strengths and give them the tools that they need to succeed. The most important goal for your interns is action. You've got to have something for your people to do. So many times I speak to people and they say, well, there's just nothing, you know, I really just don't have something for people to do. That's BS. There's always something for somebody to do. It's true, it's true. And it doesn't, even sitting down and editing a spreadsheet all day, you know, my interns hate it, but you got to keep accurate records. So have somebody whose job it is that they're happy and excited to get up every day and come into your office or to get online and to email you or call you, even if they're, you know, across the state, that they're maintaining accurate records. Now, with Google Documents, you can share a document back and forth with somebody and never ever see them in your entire life. I coordinate outreach events with people that I never meet. It's all available to you. You just have to make use of these resources and make sure that your volunteers always have something to do, because there always is something to do. And if you don't have something for them to do, I do. So send them to me and I'll put them to work. So when they contact you, the first thing that you do is you sign an action immediately. You've got your list of things to do, give them something to do. Then you all know how business works. If you're trying to apply for a job and you go in, you hand a resume and you say, I want to apply for this job, and then you leave, well, what happens? They don't call you. How do you get the job? You got to call them back. Same with your interns. Give them something to do, have a tracking system to make sure they do it. Follow up. And if they don't, even if they don't meet your expectations, that's fine, but hold them accountable. You want to hold your interns and your friends and your people responsible. When someone tells you that they're going to do something, you've got to hold them to it. You can't let them wiggle out of it, or else you're never going to get anything done. Let's see. Yeah, so and when you're done, when they get another one, you better be prepared, because you got to give them something else to do. So always have another backup action of something that they can do. And then troubleshoot. Have them troubleshoot. Have them analyze, what are the weaknesses? What are you not doing right? What do you need more of? Do you need more media? Great. Send them to this website so that they can learn how to get in contact with the local press. Give them something to do. So anyways, that's the conclusion of my organization. Now I'd like to open it up for questions and have a little bit more of a face-to-face discussion with y'all. I'd love to hear about what it is that you're doing, and if you have questions for me about what it is that I'm doing, I'll share that information with you. That's the end of my presentation, though. I thank you all for having me here. Actually, you know what? I forgot to tell you my secret plan, because that was the big deal. One last thing. Freedom Watch is a show that's on Fox News right now. Andrew Napolitano is the host of this television show, and he is a hardcore libertarian. Not necessarily a party hack, but he's getting there, because his producer, George Zooks, doesn't know much about libertarianism, and I got his contact info at News Corp, because I saw that they had this show on every Wednesday on the internet. And I said, what's the chance that this show could ever go mainstream? Because their guests are always Ron Paul, Lou Rockwell, recently had Daniel Hannan, and lots of other libertarian heavyweights. Peter Schiff is on there from time to time. I was like, what's it going to take to get this show on air? He's like, well, we got to get activists out there. He's like, I don't really know, who's good guests and stuff. And I just said to him, I said, all right, George, well, guess what? I'm your best friend. You call me. I'll give you everything you ever need to know about libertarianism and basic and economics. I was like, you want to tell an exciting story, George? You want to get this show on Fox News? You call me. I'll help you get that show on air. And now, one of my interns' jobs, their specific goal is every single day to plug and promote this show. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. Fox News. You all know who Roger Ailes is? The owner of Fox News? He's got this report on his desk right now. This was compiled at the Libertarian National Committee by my interns. I was the project lead. Ian, Kim, and Eric put this together, and this is the executive summary. Fox News Channel is the leading news source in America, but in demographics, it's aging, and its competition, CNN, MSNBC, is gaining. With future-oriented growth in mind, Fox must now retain and expand viewership by attracting a younger and more politically active audience. Steps have been made in this direction with the addition of figures such as Glenn Beck, who has proven a massive ratings success, but much more work is to be done. This is an 11-page report of the entire libertarian movement, how many people there are, how many people vote for us in the elections, what the demographics are, every single thing that you need to know about the libertarian movement and what we've been doing the last year, including how much traffic our websites get, how much people are reading our articles and news, what Ron Paul got in the primaries, and everything that has to do with what we are doing right now. And let me tell you what, folks, they were extremely excited. Right now, there is a possibility that this show, Freedom Watch, if it continues to build the support as it has right now, could go on air. And if that happens, the Libertarian National Committee has an in, because they're calling us for the questions about who should we get on the air. I've booked 5 guests, including Mike Ferguson, our elected libertarian, on this show. If we all work together nationwide to promote this show, and it doesn't cost us anything, just watch it, spread it to all your friends, and we get this baby on air, we've got them. The mainstream media will have to pay attention, because it's not going to be some fake neocon Keynesian economics guy telling us that we need bailouts or anything like that. You're going to have a real free market, radical, libertarian television show on the mainstream media. And once you open up that dam and people realize that they don't have to take, they don't have to put up with higher taxes, and that they don't have to put up with these things, that the answers to their problems are right there in their own communities, and Fox is putting out that kind of a message, well, let me tell you what, folks, we're going to see a big difference in the polls, because people are going to know who we are. There's a good chance I'll be able to go on there. I'll be able to be the representative of the Libertarian Party on this show. This is the kind of thing, folks, that we can use as a platform. It costs us absolutely nothing. All we've got to do is have the courage to work together. Get on Facebook, watch the show, send it to your friends. Every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. this baby's on the internet. Well, we're getting hundreds of thousands of hits. Roger Ailes and the execs at Fox News are looking at this report going, hey, looks like the winds of change are blowing on this country, but they're not blowing the way that the Democrats think it's blowing. So this is a project I'm working on right now. I would appreciate anybody who has a platform who could get the word out about this show that's on every Wednesday, because if this baby goes mainstream, it's going to take us with it. The end. That's it. So let's open it up for discussion. Anyone have any questions?
Wednesday, 2 p.m. Is that Eastern time?
Yes, it's Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Let me show you the show right now. There's a website. It's called freedomwatchonfox.com. If you go to freedomwatchonfox.com, here's all the episodes, the previous episodes. See, they've got John Stossel on there, Daniel Hannon, Glenn Beck's been on there, lots of different people, and this, if you just watch all these shows right here, not only are they good and informative, and giving you a really good libertarian viewpoint, but it's the type of thing that you can do. Doesn't cost you a darn cent. It's free. Just send it to your friends. Send it to their emails. The more views it gets, the more Fox realizes what their audience is going to be. Any other questions?
What kind of inroads are you trying to make with the other cable networks? I happened to tune into MSNBC the other day, and Stephen Gordon was a guest on the Rachel Maddow show, and that was the only watchable segment.
I'll be very candid with you. The organizations that head up things like MSNBC and CNN tend to lean very heavily left, and they will use the libertarian message because it hurts their enemies, the Republicans. And I don't mind that. I don't mind them giving us the platform. I really don't. I don't mind if CNN and MSNBC, but we should not look to them to be our friends, because they did try and lump us in with the Republicans and the Tea Parties and say that that the Tea Parties were some Republican front organization, when everybody across the country knew that it was a libertarian movement. So don't trust them, and I don't necessarily trust Fox, but I do trust Napolitano, and I do trust Ron Paul and Lou Rockwell, Peter Schiff. So.
Well, I was surprised that a guy like Stephen Gordon would even appear on that kind of show, let alone actually get booked.
Yeah, no, you got to do it. You got to do it. Like, if somebody's going to give you the platform, you just got to be ready. Get ready for them to throw rocks. But yeah, I got to wrap it up. Any last questions? Okay. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the presentation. I hope to talk to you all soon. And feel free to introduce yourself. Come get my business card if you like to. Thank you very much.